I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of rugged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons, I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. In 1834, the South Australian Colonisation Act was passed in the United Kingdom, leading to the British colonisation of South Australia, which was to be funded by the sale of land to the wealthy and to investors. The South Australia Company was formed in London the following year, and its immediate purpose was to encourage the purchase in advance of land in the planned colony. Colonisation of South Australia began in 1836, with large tracts of land used as pastoral leases. The British farmer and landowner, used to the wetter British environment, expanded north, clearing the land ready for the plough and livestock. They were unprepared for the large variations in climate in South Australia, and several periods of low rainfall were experienced, putting pressure on the pastoralists. And when a severe drought occurred in 1864 and 65, properties in the north received no rain for almost 2 years, resulting in significant stock losses. The pastoralists demanded rent relief, and the Commissioner for Crown Land sent the Surveyor General, George Goyder, to map the boundary between those areas that received good rainfall and those experiencing drought. Goyder submitted his report in late 1865, including a map showing a line of demarcation, with areas to the north being susceptible to drought. While other Australian states have similar conditions, no other state has a surveyed line equivalent to Goyder's line. It runs roughly east-west across South Australia and marks a distinct change in vegetation. To the south, it is composed mainly of mallee scrub, whilst saltbush predominates to the north of the line. North of Goyder's line, annual rainfall is usually too low to support cropping, with the land only being suitable for grazing. Goyder's line was embodied in the Wastelands Alienation Act of 1872, which prohibited purchase of land on credit outside the designated agricultural areas. However, a few good seasons led to its repeal in 1874. Farmers chose to ignore Goyder's report and settled in the north, starting farms and planting crops. The idea that the rain follows the plough, where the simple act of tilling the soil permanently increased rainfall, encouraged this trend. A few years later, many agriculturalists had to abandon their properties. There have been periods of development north of the line, but it took only a few seasons for Goyder to be proven right, and entire towns and farms were abandoned, where there was a return to longer-term average rainfall patterns. The ruins north of the line are a legacy of the folly of the 1870s and 80s push north. There is a unique feel to the country where around every bend or over the next hill there is likely to be another ruin, another broken dream. It's a harsh, dry land, it breaks your back and scars and gnarls your hands. Now carcasses rot in the sun, and dust silts up the dams. My great-grandfather pushed his luck beyond the Goyder line. Now all that's left are mute ploughshares and a gravestone chalked with lime.